Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I have a story to tell, and I don't know the best way to put it so that you can take the lesson, not feel bad, not feel offended or type away, but it is the reality. It happens every day. Yes, I'll start by saying today is the youngest you'll ever be. All right. So I joined ICA Lion in 2019. That is when I became a financial advisor. Even though at the time it was just a part-time job, but that's when I joined, and is when I became a client of ICA Lion, or rather, is when I took my first plan in 2019. I was very, very young by then. Okay. It's 5 years later today. I clocked 5 years in July 3rd. All right. So at the time, I was a member of a youth group called Senior Youth. No, it was not Senior Youth. It had changed the name to YSU, Youth Serving Christ, in one of the Catholic churches in Nairobi. So, of course, the people I used to talk to mostly were people close to me, my friends, family, people we go to church with. So at that time, the group membership was for people between, it still is, between the age of 18 and 27, I believe. And I used to talk to many people. Of course, as young people, I do not blame them, because I know I also joined ICA early as a client because I was working here. Maybe if someone would have approached me, I don't know if I would have taken a plan, or I think I would have. I don't know, but I think I would have taken a plan. However, at the time, those people I used to talk to, they felt they were young, the same as right now, the people I talk to of that age, below 25 especially, they feel like they are very young. 10 years is a long time. Oh, not only the young people, even I have spoken to people of above 25, and they still think it's a very long time. But mtu akiclock 30 anazaga kuona ni kama ni ukweli yenyewe. I was just 20 the other day, now I'm 30, I'll be 40 tomorrow, but challenges, the most people or group of people who really think this is not doable is from 20 to 25. Okay, I was 21 by the way when I took the plan. So I'll not mention this person's name. I don't even know if I should say if it's a she or he. She's a she. I know when you see the story, you know I'm talking about you, but it's okay. Everything happened for a reason, and God's time is the best. However, so that time I think she should have been 26, if I am not wrong. We are going to call her Paula. Paula should have been 26 if my mind serves me well, or 25. I was 21. Let me assume she was 25. So what's the age difference? 3 years. So if I'm 26 right now, she should be 29. So that time I used to talk to her because at the time I used to have a shop in town, and nilikuwa nauza nguo na bado I'm in ICA, but because the FA job was a part-time, okay? But her, if I say the kind of job she used to do, everybody will know. Those people who know her, so I'll not say her job. So, but I used to look up to her, okay? Because I felt like she's earning something I desire at the time, okay? I also felt that Amendelea, she's the kind of job she used to do at the time. She's met celebrities, and of course I used to assume when you met these people, wamekufungua akili. She was most of the things that I wanted, okay? So I used to look at her as a potential client, even comparing her with the rest of the guys that we were with that time. So I used to put so much pressure on her, but eventually she did not take the plan, and I was comfortable with that, and I stopped pursuing her, because it's good to give people time to just be them. They'll come around one time. Fast forward, 2019 ended, 2020 ended, 2021 ended, 2022. Then I think 2022 I came back to her. Then your story, I was kind of if she says it's okay. If she says no, I'll stop now. For good, for real. 2022 ended. 2023, we now also moved churches in 2020 end or 2021 Belivianza, because 1st of January 2021 we decided to do come and stay with the boy. Okay, so I moved to the church he used to go to, and I'm a Christian there. Okay, so I left the other church, moved to another Catholic church. So of course in 2021, most of my friends, or most of the people I would have called my friend back then in the same church, tukaanza kupart ways, because out of sight, out of mind. Okay, that is okay, because it's life. I am comfortable with that. But 2023 we began to kwanza kuongea sana. It is actually 2022. Kuongea sana, became friends. She came to my place one time. We were doing videos. I used to do recipes that time. Don't go back to those videos, utamuona. And then I strike that conversation again. She told me, Maggie, well, it's a good thing you tell me, but I'll come around. 2023 ended. Now we are in the year 2024. So we're still in contact. She sees my videos, my status, and I think I really communicate there. I do my best to communicate to you guys, okay? So there's this one man that had decided this time around I'm going to talk about money market. Let people know about money market. I have been talking about this long-term planning, so it is about time I talk about money market. So she raises interest, and every time we meet I would remind her, by the way, we are not getting younger, okay, baby girl. How many years later? 5. Now last week she brought up the conversation herself, not me. I was very sure that this is a money market client. This lady would never go for a 10-year plan. And then so I started explaining money market. I sent her a video I have done. I was not going to mention the long term, because mimi najua my darling friend Paula will never go for that. Then she tells me, I explain about MMF and how it needs the client's discipline. Someone came in. So she tells me, you mean I can withdraw this money anytime I want? Kamwambia, yeah, it's a good thing that you can access, but you see, you must not access it. If you decide to, si lazima. She tells me I would want the MMF and the investment one and the other one of 10 years. Yeah. So you can take a 10-year plan. I tell her, by the way, my dear, do not ever sit to think that it is a very long time. I understand, yeah, it is not a short time. I also know that. But the fact that that time will come to pass, you know, that time will come to pass. I tell her, you know, I started 5 years back when I used to tell you, let's do this thing, let's do this thing. I was 21 at the time. I'll be turning 31 in the next 5 years. And I'll get my first $500,000. I started with 3,000, by the way, my people. That time, that is how much I would have done. And I am telling you, nilikuwa na jaribu yangu yote. Alright? So, it is done to her now. She'll be 31 in the next 2 years. Okay? And if she would have started this plan with me, maybe in the next 5 years as well, regardless, even if she'll not be 31, she'll still get this money. Anaanza kuona guy, in the next 2 years, yes, in the next 2 years is when I'll get my first, not, yeah, in the next 2 years is when she'll be 31, in the next 5 years I'll be that age, and it's when I get my money. I know I'm not remaining young forever, just in case you want to maybe attack me on that. I was only driving a point, okay? My point is, you will not remain the age that you are right now. Today is the youngest you will ever be, okay? Now, I know there are people who are above 31, and I respect that. I even have a client who's the age of 52, I think. No, that's not the oldest. I have a client who's 59. And you can learn from everyone. There's nothing as good as humility. I also know I can learn from a 20-year-old, so I don't feel bad when I'm teaching about finances those people of 50s, because, and I'm glad they listen and tell me, I wish I knew this in your age. Okay? My point is, today is the youngest you'll ever be. Don't wait until someone tells you, hey, you know, the first time I spoke to you was 5 years ago. Don't wait until your colleague, someone comes to your office, tells you and colleagues about this investment plan. You're the only person who failed to join. The rest of them will join, and then they start receiving payouts when you're still with them. And that is the time you want to start, because it has happened. We have a plan that gives you money every 3 years. That year, 6th year, and the 10th year, or 5th year, 10th year, and the 15th year. Kama kuna plan nimeona inafanyanga watu wa rethink ni hiyo. Someone who did not completely want to start a plan because saying, that is a long time, the return. Then the colleague decide to start, and 3 years later I'm bringing money, or I'm telling them, hey, ulipata pesa jana. Then they're like, ile plan that you started at that time, it has started paying me. Yes. And that is the time they rush. I'm not blaming you, my dear clients. You are the one who puts butter on my bread, and I respect you for that. But mostly, that plan of every 3 years has really made a lot of people. I have seen myself gaining clients from people I had talked to 3 years ago. They failed to join, their colleagues joined. I paid them when they are still in the same workplace, and then they're like, guy, it's already 5 years, 3 years. Yes, baby girl. Yes, my darling. It is, and baby boys, it is already 3 years. 1 year is very short. I mean, 2024 only started the other day. We're in September, in 2 days or 3 days time, right? So, we'll be in September, my bad. So, don't wait until you see that financial advisor speaking to, not necessarily Mary Margaret, that financial advisor, because I also feel like clients, this is a bad one, it's a bad point, but I'll say it because it's the truth. Kuna client anakuangalianga, anaona pia wewe unasafa. I mean, mbona kiatu yako iko na vumbi and you're telling me about money, my dear. There are people who do that. They will look at you and they'll not take the plan because they feel, I am not looking the point. I know that is about us to up our game, but don't wait for that person who's giving you that information until you feel like they are looking the part they are saying. That is when you take the plan, because I've also seen people take the plan because they feel, now I am looking the part and I was not looking the part 2 years ago or 3 years ago. As long as someone is not telling you to send the money in their account, they're telling you to put it on a pay bill, on an account number that belongs to a particular company they're talking about, go ahead. Trust that person. Grow together. Thank you for those people who trusted me 5 years ago when I was looking 1 GB. When I was not GB, when I was not looking the part, but they trusted the bigger brand. I am the brand behind the brand. When you trusted the bigger brand, that is ICLN. Thank you for those people who trusted me and bought me and the company, bought the idea. Now I know you're happy people. I'm also a happy client. I hope I have driven that point in the best way possible, and if I have not, kama nimekukwaza, kama umefeel kama sijaongea vizuri, I highly apologize. I have tried to get the best words to communicate this. I'm also giving this story for 2 reasons. I'm giving that story because of that lady, my friend. She's my good friend, very good friend, very close one actually. And I'm also giving it for because of another gentleman, a young pastor. that I met some time back along Mombasa Road. I'll not mention where exactly. He sells shoes in a particular shop. I'll not mention his name, but let us call him Miles. Yeah, let us call him Miles. So I spoke to him. He is 22. By then I feel very nice when I meet people age 21, 22. I feel like me that time. Okay, so he's 22. As when he mentioned his age, I became passionate about talking to him even more. Okay, I told him my story. I told him how I was young when I started. I know it is not long ago, but I'm glad I did. I told him about Atawewe. In the next 10 years, you'll be a 32 young man, you have a family, you need this money. I mean, do not take it for granted. Well, he thought 10 years a long time and decided to go for the 5-year plan. But I told him it's a good start, but still want you to take the 10-year one because of the return and because of your age that time. Okay? Then something happened. We put a direct debit on the bank. I always caution you, when you put a study order or a direct debit, make sure you have the money the day before. I tell that to all my clients. Make sure you have money the day before, because bank will automatically deduct that money midnight. Okay? Midnight of the day that you chose. So if you choose 28th of every month, 27 pesa ikue. So he didn't have money, but I had told him he didn't have money on the day the bank came to deduct money, and the bank penalized him. I don't remember the bank, but different banks penalizes different amount. So he felt so bad for losing that amount, na bado haijalipa polisi yake. I told him, but I told you manze, but sisi nilikuambia. I told you need to have that money the day before, didn't I? I actually remember telling me also on our voice note, so I resent the voice note. So although he had not denied the fact that I had told him. So so he became furious and cancelled the policy. He told me, Mary, I wish to discontinue with this plan. I told him why. Because this has happened, it has happened to someone else. You're not the first one. But then everything that you're going through, you're not the first one to go through that thing. I told him, because money has been deducted is why you're feeling bad. Well, it's not my fault. I didn't want to say it's your fault. And yeah, yes, he's 22. So, yani, because something, Gen Z, we are very aggressive in everything, in good ways and not very good ways. He became furious and cancelled. He didn't cancel the policy. I just told him, I write an email to stop the DJI. We're not going to cancel the policy. I'm going to give you time to think about it again. I mean, it has not started. So I've given, when this one has happened, I've given him that story, and he made payments on M-Pesa. But how many months later? He should have started, I think, in February. I mean, don't wait for other people's experience. I don't know if you're feeling me. Sometimes I enjoy this job. Sometimes I feel bad about things that happen to people, or I feel bad about people who refuse to take up the advice because something happened to another person and they're not even sure about the exact information. Then they watu wangu, sijui kama mmeshika point yangu, but I would wish to stop it there. I'm very happy to advise you. I'm very happy to take you through these plans. That was just a story that I felt that I needed to tell you. Story ni mzuri, sindio? But if you do want to now sit down and do full budgeting, I'll do it for absolutely no charge. I do want to take you through different platforms with your income. I'll tell you where is the best platform to put your money, where you can start with as low as 500, as low as 3,000, as low as 100,000 or 50,000, depending with your income. But yeah, that's it for today. I hope you got the point at the end of the day that I was trying to drive. Sometimes when someone speaks so much, they might forget the point they were trying to drive, but I hope you got the point I was trying to drive home. And yes, have a blessed day. I love you so much.